You gentlemen have been here in Latvia with two purposes, one of which was to make a donation to the Stockholm School of Economics, where we're sitting now, and the other was to again remind the Latvian government of your interest in the ownership status of both Latvian mobile telephone and Telecom. Where do things stand now on that issue?
Well, first of all, as you say, that the primary reason for our visit was to come here to the Stockholm School of Economics and make this donation to stimulate the school to continue the good work they have done, because that is important for us in Latvia, because we have big operations here in Latvia. We are very happy with them. We want to continue to develop them. We need good management talent here, so that's good for us and for Latvia. Since we were here, we took the opportunity also, and we had the opportunity to see the Prime Minister. So we reminded him that we are ready and willing to make transactions in Latvia, and we are willing to do that in a number of different ways, and in a way that would be beneficial for the government to reach their ambitions and for the country as well.
Now, Kenneth, you've been having this discussion for about 4 or 5 years now. What is the preferred model that you'd like to see, and what is the apparently at present the likely outcome of these discussions?
What we've said is that we are open to discuss different options, so we don't really have a basic preferred one among the ones that has been proposed from the government. But of course, we always also remind everyone that we are still here. If anyone would be interested in letting us up to 100% of both companies, we are still ready.
So that was the first option, the first offer you made, and then the government said that it would rather not sell Telecom to you. Some things happened after that. Maybe you can, just for background, say what happened, where you went in this process that started when they said no Telecom, but LMT you probably can have.
Well, I think the process as such goes longer back than that. Actually, TeliaSonera as two different companies. Already at that time there were an issue around Telecom and the arbitration question. And after the merger between TeliaSonera, the first thing we discussed with the government was to solve that issue, and that was solved, and that was very good, I think, for both parties. Now, a while after that, then the discussion started about how to arrange the ownership situation in the Telecom market, and I think we have done some progress. We have done evaluation together, and we have discussed different alternatives, even though no one has really been determined yet. But there are progress, and that's where we are basically right now, to try to understand what is the possible way forward. And actually the ones who have the driving wheel there is the main owner in Telecom, which is the government. And we have said that we are basically ready to follow the way that they think it necessary to go to solve this.
So if they say management buyout is fine with us, then you will proceed down that path. If they suddenly change their mind and say take it all, you'll be more than happy to proceed down that path.
I think you have to decide which way you want to go, but if the government should end up with a conclusion that they prefer the management buyout, and that is what they want to do, then we've said that we are ready to go that line as well.
Okay, fine. You're also now head of mobility in a reorganized, this is sort of my final question, a more philosophical question, in the reorganized TeliaSonera structure. How significant do you think mobile telecommunications mobile services will be compared to the other kinds of telecommunications that we're used to, like fixed and like fixed broadband?
We believe strongly that it's the broadband part that will be driving the telecom industry in the future, and it is the mobility dimension of it, not only the public mobile GSM, but wireless in a broader perspective. And then on top of that, we also have the idea of managed services, integrated enterprise services, which is basically what Anders also concluded in reorganizing the group. Anders should have
Put simply, we believe there are three strong areas of growth for any telecommunications operator that has a wide spectrum of services in Western Europe. And that is mobility services, that is broadband services that's using fixed infrastructure to provide even higher bandwidth services. And the third area is, Kenneth mentioned, integrated enterprise services. That is to provide telecom and infrastructure solutions to enterprises to manage their internal infrastructure. More and more companies want telecom operators to do that on behalf of them instead of them doing it themselves. So these three areas are each fantastic growth areas for the future.
And they're a long way from stringing a phone into somebody's house in 1985.
There is a long way to go before usage has increased to significantly in mobile. We still talk fairly few minutes on the mobile phone every month. We can talk more. We have a very low data usage on the mobile phones and the mobile devices, so that's a huge growth opportunity. A long way to go. We're just in the beginning of a mobile explosion in Western Europe. And in the field of broadband, we're also in the beginning. We're going to replace traditional telecom services by internet-based services where we can see both TV, have internet connection, and have a telephone call over the internet on the broadband line from the home, and in the same way from the offices. And that is to penetrate the market, and it's a long way to go until that has happened. So it's a good industry to be in.
Okay, thank you very much.